Hey friends, welcome back to Equipped for Worship. I can't believe I'm saying this, but today is the final episode of Season 2. Whether you've been here from the very beginning of Season 1, or you joined somewhere in the middle of this journey, or today is your very first listen, I am so glad you're here today. Really, out of all the other podcasts you could be listening to, the fact that you've invited me into your commute, your office, your kitchen, or maybe even your Saturday morning walk, well, that means more than you know. And today, we're slowing down. We're breathing deep. We're taking a moment to reflect on what the Lord has done this year in your church, in your ministry, and hopefully in your heart. And we're preparing ourselves to step into 2026 with renewed strength and fresh encouragement. This episode is called Ending the Year Well, Rest, Reflection, and Reset for 2026. This isn't about productivity. It isn't about strategy. It isn't about planning the perfect January service. This is about your soul, the gift of reflection, the gift of rest, and the gift of remembering that God has been faithful every step of the way. And He's not about to stop now. Well, grab your coffee and let's dive in. Let's start by looking back, something that we sometimes don't do enough. Psalm 77 verse 11 says, I will remember the Lord's works. Yes, I will remember your ancient wonders. Reflection is biblical. It's healthy. It's worship. So let's talk about and remember some of the most beautiful moments that we shared on this podcast this season. This season was full of deep conversations, some of the richest we've had. We kicked off the season with It Starts with the Heart, reminding ourselves that worship is more than a set list. It's a posture before God. We tackled some difficult but needed topics. Can we sing Bethel, Hillsong, and Elevation? We approached it with wisdom and pastoral care. The topic on lights, on or off, and looked at the heart behind why environment matters. And then we looked at getting out of your own head, how to lead with confidence, not insecurity. And then we were blessed with special guests who brought wisdom poured straight from years of serving the church. I want to say a heartfelt thank you to Matthew Bone for joining us in episode 5. We talked about reminding us that choosing songs is a pastoral act rooted deeply in Scripture. Matthew, your heart for gospel-centered worship was felt in every minute of that conversation. Thank you. To Jason Bubba Stewart, the Kentucky Baptist Convention worship consultant, episode 8 challenged and encouraged so many leaders to stop comparing and start shepherding. Bubba, thank you for speaking truth in love. And to Dr. Matthew Nix, episode 12, for helping us understand the beauty and necessity of intergenerational worship in our churches. Dr. Nix, your wisdom and experience blessed this entire season. I am genuinely grateful for each of these brothers. If you missed any of those episodes, go back and listen. They are packed with truth and encouragement. But more than anything, I am grateful for you. Yes, you listening. You serving faithfully week after week. You showing up even when it's hard. You still singing when your soul feels tired. This season was for you. And it has been an honor to walk with you through it. Okay, let's shift topics and let's talk about something many of us struggle to embrace: rest. We lead worship for others, but often forget to rest in worship ourselves. Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 and 29 says this, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest, and you will find rest for your souls. Jesus doesn't offer stress relief. He doesn't offer a vacation. He offers rest for your soul. There's a difference. Rest is not doing nothing. Rest is returning to the one who carries everything. As you approach the end of the year, I want you to ask yourself these questions. Number one, when was the last time I truly rested? Number two, when was I last just still before the Lord? Number three, when did I last worship with no agenda? And lastly, do I ever allow myself to be a sheep instead of a shepherd? Friends, some of you are exhausted. Exhausted physically, spiritually, emotionally. And listen, it's okay. You've poured out so much this year. You've planned services. You've led rehearsals, met with volunteers, chosen songs, fixed tech issues, encouraged your team, prayed for your congregation, directed choirs, organized Christmas programs, carried burdens no one else sees. And maybe you're thinking, I'm tired, really tired. Well, hear this. God is not asking you to run into 2026 on empty. He wants you to slow down long enough to be filled again. Psalm 23 verses 2 and 3 says this, He leads me, what? Beside quiet waters. He renews my life. Listen to that. He leads. He renews. He restores. He fills. You don't have to manufacture renewal. You just have to make space for it. Before we step into a new year, let's pause and reflect with some very intentional questions. This is a part where you maybe want to listen to it twice or maybe write these down for yourself later. Question number 1. Where did I see God's faithfulness this year? Big ways, small ways, unexpected ways. Question number 2. What drained me spiritually? And what filled me up? You can't just keep running. You need to know what restores your soul. Reflection question number 3. Who did God place in my life this year that's encouraged me? Maybe it was a pastor, a friend, a choir member, or a podcast guest. Question number 4. What did I learn this year that I don't want to forget? Friends, God teaches us through seasons, but we have to remember. Question number 5. Where do I feel God nudging me towards growth in the new year? Not pressure, just gentle leading. Psalm 25 verse 4 says this, Make your ways known to me, Lord. Teach me your paths. So how do we walk into 2026 with purpose, clarity, and peace? Well, let me give you 3 simple resets. Biblical, gentle, and doable. Reset number 1. Return to the heart of worship. Not the song, not the plan, not the responsibility, just Jesus. Spend time in His Word. Worship privately. Let Him shepherd you. Reset number 2. Recommit to shepherding, not comparing. As we heard in the episode with Bubba, comparison is poison. It kills joy. It distracts from your calling. You're not called to lead the church down the road. You're called to shepherd the people right in front of you. Galatians chapter 1, verse 10. Am I trying to please people or God? Reset number 3, release what you were never meant to carry. The results are not on you. The attendance is not on you. The spiritual growth of the congregation is not on you. You plant, you water. God gives the increase. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 7. So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who gives the growth. Walk into 2026 lighter than you walked into 2025 because you're releasing what wasn't yours to hold. Well, friends, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for serving. Thank you for giving your life to the worship of King Jesus. This season has been such a joy, not because of the episodes, but because of the conversations, the emails, the encouragement, the stories of what God is doing in your churches. And again, thank you to our incredible guests this season, Matthew Bone, Jason Bubba Stewart, Dr. Matthew Nix. What a blessing each of them has been. Now, before we wrap up, let me say this clearly. You are making an impact in your small church, in your rural community, in your ministry that you may feel unnoticed. Heaven sees you. God smiles at your faithfulness, and your church is better because you are there. If you ever want to share your story, ask a question, or suggest an episode idea, email me anytime at equippedforworship@gmail.com. I would genuinely love to hear from you. Season 3 is coming, and I believe it's going to be even richer, deeper, and more encouraging than anything we've done yet. But before we get there, take time to rest. Take time to reflect. Take time to breathe. Jesus is Lord. You are loved, and God is working, even in the quiet places. Friends, this has been Season 2 of Equipped for Worship. Thank you so much for spending it with me. Season 3 of Equipped for Worship will return in February 2026. And I have a whole list of new episodes for us to talk about. Until next time.